It's quite an ending. It's quite an ending.
I'll say.
Jeff, Vach, and Aisha are here with you, though, to get you through this night. Some of you might be happy, but Cowboys fall to the Bengals. Strap it in. It's post-game time on the DLLS Cowboys post-game show with Jeff, Vach, and Aisha, which starts meow.
Peter.
I just want to say before we even start, Ryan Welch in the chat, I hate you and I love you. That's incredible. He said special teams saved us from a disastrous win.
Who said that?
The guy in the chat, Ryan. He said the special teams saved us.
Because later on, he
disastrous win.
Secured the bag. He said that later.
Oh my God. Yeah, so it's a post-game show. Welcome everybody. Hit the like and subscribe, please, if you're here, no matter what channel you're on. We appreciate you. I mostly appreciate the people who are here on Vach's channel because I love him. The second most appreciated is if you're on the DLLS Sports channel. The third most appreciated is on my own because my sense of self-worth is very low, and so I don't care. I just want you to be there for Vach and for the company.
Man, don't say that, man. And then say for me next. Don't say that.
What?
Huh? We love you, Jeff.
That was quite an ending.
Me and you got to talk.
About?
Okay, so it's like, is it a cuss word I can't say on here? The P word I said?
We need to, let's ask Aisha.
Peter.
Are you familiar with
Is Peter a bad word?
What people say?
No, I thought universally, right?
So she's young, so she may not know.
She may not know.
Okay.
She may not know. Okay, so universally on punt returns.
Correct.
Okay, they punt the ball to you.
Yep.
If you touch it, then they can touch it.
Yes.
So they have a call called Peter.
Yes.
Peter.
Growing up, if it was a short punt and the returner couldn't get to it or whatever, you yell, Peter, 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 Peter.
We just said it one time.
See, we did lots of Peters. We did a lot of Peters because you had to make sure people heard you. It was Peter, Peter.
We just said it one time real loud. We heard him. But
the thing is like Vach brought that up and I said, I don't know if you could say Peter though. Because Peter is a reference.
Chat that play football, y'all.
And so
chat that play football.
I think in 2024, I don't think in 2024 you could do Peter, 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 because the reason that you wanted to get away from it is because it was and then that would be and make you, but we can't, that's not a thing because we love everyone and we want to be very accepting. And so I bet teams don't use Peter anymore.
Okay, so we got people that said Peter and somebody said poison. I never heard of poison, but apparently Peter was a thing. So cool.
If you're 30 or younger, was it Peter growing up?
So Jeff.
Yes.
Would a Peter call have won the Cowboys this game, or at least put us around overtime? You know, Micah Parsons was upset, and he has all right to be. They played a good round of defense there, and I think he's really done a great job of elevating the defense there. But for this loss to come down to a non-Peter call or a blundered Peter call, would Peter have saved him right there?
Well, yeah. I mean, if Oro Aurier doesn't touch that, and if you are joining us in the post-game show, and I have heard these people exist now, that they're like, I don't even watch the games anymore, but I still take in the content because I like you guys.
Appreciate you.
If you missed it, tie game, Cowboys blocked the punt right around the 2-minute warning. Inside of 2, they block the punt, but the punt still goes forward. So it's past the line of scrimmage. So now if you touch it, you're the return team, and you have touched the ball, and they can touch the ball. And poor Amani Oruwariye, Ayo, number 27, he tried to pick it up and it didn't work out for him. Bengals got the ball. By the way, he touched it at the 42-yard line. So it was rolling forward. We could say it goes 5 more yards. You're probably already in Aubrey field goal range, and the Cowboys probably win the game if he doesn't touch the block punt. Yeah, I think they probably win the game if he doesn't touch the block punt.
effects of injuries. They activated him at this point, not because it doesn't seem like it was anything to do with Diggs. It's the loss of Wanye and Bell. So it's also like the injuries coming back to haunt you because you don't have the gentlemen that are typically there on defense. They can't hear me? I'm talking? Oh, yeah. My bad.
Is your cord in? We're good? Everybody's
You got
good?
me?
You guys are sick. Ayo's my hero.
No.
You guys are sick.
I mean, he mine for real. But go ahead. Finish what you said.
No,
now.
I'm just saying. My bad. I'm just saying that this is again, Cowboys injuries coming to hurt you. You got guys coming in different spots that aren't typically in those spots.
Yeah.
And doing stuff like this. But special teams has been very bittersweet to us this year.
Sure. That's a real thing too. But, I mean, I never played teams before. I mean, I was a starter and all that. And, Jeff, were you a punt return guy?
Oh, I have the, you guys don't have time for the story, but I have the greatest punt return in the history of Allen, Texas.
I'm going to punch you.
I went 70 yards, shook 6 people, got to the 5-yard line, knew I had nothing left, and I wasn't going to beat him to the corner. So I hit the brakes, and I went Dion on him, and I brought the ball up with one hand like this, and he reached up and took the ball from me and ran the other way.
Now, Jeff, I got film all the games that I played.
I can get you film.
So you got some film too?
I can get you film.
We may have to have a
in the archives.
My parents got film somewhere.
If they want to, only if DLLS want to pay us for this, Jeff. We should have a Jeff and Vash film day with like some of our old stuff.
Yeah.
Jeff parents keeping heirlooms.
Yeah,
I got him too. My mom, that's
an heirloom at this point.
Oh, yeah. She calling you old, but shouts out to my mom. Like she got every game I got. They on like DVD. There's some young people that don't know they don't have a clue what a DVD is, whatever. But we got some. We'll do a DLLS film.
If we can find a VCR.
Is that in your top 5?
I got my stuff. What
is that in your 5?
Jeff ain't got a top 5 today.
You didn't make one.
I wrote down 5 things.
This wasn't one of them games.
I did write down 5 things. Technically, I do have my 5 favorite moments of the game. I don't think it needs a whole segment.
You know what this came down to though, Jeff? This came down to 2 defenses. Well, I guess one offense was really good versus a cool defense, and one bad offense versus a horrific. I didn't know. I underrated how horrible Cincinnati's defense. I thought they were just kind of bad.
That's your fault.
But it was horrific. Yeah. But it really came down to the mistakes and the turnovers that everybody else made. Yeah. Like we're up there watching the Bengals. Like, all right, Bengals, boy, I'm terrified. They're about to beat the hell out of us right here and fumble here. Something nonsensical happens there. And, we get the ball back at the end to go get the W, and don't laugh. They run all curls, Jeff.
Please no.
And Trey Hendrickson get the big sack at the end. And we make mistakes on our end, you know what I mean? So I thought this game was going to come down to which offense was like the best, but it just came down to mistakes. And the Bengals made less crucial mistakes than we did.
Which is interesting because when you look at the Bengals, they came into this league as number 1 in the league in penalties. They do not have a lot of mistakes. However, one of the general things that they have in some of these clutch games where you just like they have a weird fluky call or they do something and you got to see some of that tonight, and they tried to allow the Cowboys back into this game. I thought the defense played some good ball today. Of course, you got those receivers on the back end. Joe Burrow, dog. Like, manipulating that pocket, yo.
Which is why
the footwork, yo.
Which is why I'm tank guy for real, like through and through. I'm tank guy. But when we saw Micah's face there,
I get it.
Yeah, it's not fun for him.
The cameraman, like, look, don't be messy like that. But seeing Micah's face going, fam, how?
Yeah.
What happened? WTF cuss word I can't say on that or DLLS.
Yeah.
What's going on? And that made me go, damn, because they are playing better. The defense is getting healthier and they are playing better. And Joe Burrow and them, they can lose all the games you want to call out. That's still a tough offense to hold down. And your defense did a pretty decent job of holding them dudes down, and to come back with nothing from a Phantom Peter call, like, that's tough. That's hard. Pause.
Yeah, it's great to be able to just broadcast about it. Yeah. Because then you don't have to live it.
Feel the emotions.
Because when you want a team when I actively want I want the result that they got tonight because it's a lost season, and so I'm already thinking about what is best for the long-term future. But yeah, that sucks for Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Like that dude, since he's come back, this defense went from trash, butt, ass, terrible, awful, can't do anything, to we got Micah, and so we're kind of raising some hell here, and then to watch it go away that way, like that sucks. Good news for him. I guarantee you, by next training camp, you won't be worried about it. But tonight, that sucks. And like I promise I'll end up joking about it on this show. I feel awful for Ayo.
Huh?
Amani Oruwariye.
Oruwariye. He is a warrior.
That's how you say it.
He is definitely a warrior, Jeff.
Yeah, I feel terrible for him. Like, he just did a reactionary thing as a guy who's probably not in that spot often. And it's like, oh, yeah, we blocked it, and here comes the ball, and I'm going to grab it. And, like, that sucks.
Yeah, it definitely seems instinctual that they did that. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like, yeah, that locker room's probably very awkward right now, y'all. It's probably everybody looked pissed. And then also, too, let's factor in that they saw DeMario overshow and go down. You know how it is when you see guys go down. You want to play for them. You want to show up for them and all that stuff. And
BB too.
They played, yes, Cooper Beebe went down today. CJ Goodwin also went out the game as well, did not return. I mean, you see some guys dropping. That's kind of their story this week. Well, this year, they wanted to kind of show up, you could tell.
Jeff, would you like because you probably don't, but would you like tankathon
update?
Like a tankathon?
I already know where we moved to.
You got a spirit.
I don't have to look it up. We move up to 11th. I know what happens if we lose this game. Tell me we're 10th. We get higher than I thought.
The Cincinnati Bengals are 11.
Oh, we got to head them?
We're 12. Damn. So apparently there's some type of
they'll win another game.
So we're
strength of schedule is what it is.
We're both 5 and 8 teams. The Saints, in which they got to win over us. That doesn't matter. The Saints
in
are
draft.
That don't matter?
No, it's strength of schedule straight up.
Huh? Okay, they do have that number.
Winning
over
percentage
here.
of the teams on your schedule is,
okay.
And if you lost to worse teams,
sure.
You are ahead.
What? So they really account for
like if two people go 1-16,
okay.
Whoever the schedule they played was softer or weaker,
lose to the assiest
you got to
team.
lose to the worst schedule to get the best picks.
The Saints was undefeated when we lost to them.
Well, it's not that. It adds up at the end.
Okay.
It's their record at the end, so those numbers will change.
Well, the Saints
so there's a lot
pretty trashy now, so hopefully that plays out for us. But
there's a lot to be locked in on.
The Cowboys are 12th overall right now, so we got time to work on it.
We're on the right track. I'm
just taking pictures behind the scenes, y'all.
Okay. Yeah, so I hope that if 8 pound 6 ounce newborn baby Jesus is watching, take care of Overshown.
Please.
We will keep you updated with whatever we find out about his injury. Cooper Beebe left the game. His was a concussion, and so we will see.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's like one thing. I know we always circle back to want to lose.
Sure.
But the one thing is like, these sons of bitches fight.
Yes.
Like, they lose so many people, and they freaking fight. And I think it's encouraging, and it might tie into what I think is going to be the next segment.
Sure.
I think the coach has a chance.
Mike McCarthy?
I think the coach has a chance.
Now,
I think the coach has a chance.
I would say yes, but a lot of the inspirational ball, granted, your offensive line is playing better ball, but your defense is really the difference maker.
Who's the best player on defense?
Micah.
You see what he said today?
No.
Let's read a couple of super chats, and then we'll talk about why I think Mike McCarthy has a chance.
Oh, no.
After not running the ball like that in the second half?
Let's go. Team Tank is alive and well. Can't wait to hear Jeff's
Nothing
5.
will bother the piss out of me more than Mike McCarthy just showing back up like, how we doing, guys? That'll bother the hell out of me. Appreciate it, Alex.
Y'all get ready.
Oh, no.
Hi, y'all. I'm not working like the Cowboys, so hi. What? Oh, because they're not working.
Hi, y'all. I'm not working like the Cowboys. What I mean?
AO is focused on the mission. Yeah. Okay.
Mega Muffin. What up, Dowdle? Drop the Deuce says Omani Oruwariye was focused on the mission. Damn right, boy. Shouts out to you, Mega Muffin. What up, Duck? You dropped another Deuce. He says, give 27 an extension.
Y'all are sick. Y'all
got a problem.
No, sir. We got to franchise tag them so we don't hold them too long past this.
I'm trying to be more balanced lately and not lean so hard into the tank. But y'all.
Thomas Sullivan says, choo, choo.
Y'all.
All on the tank train,
Y'all.
baby. Go boys. Boy.
Y'all.
Hey, celebrate some Cowboy. Appreciate your player.
We might get back into Mason Graham territory or something, See if we can't get up to.
We need to.
Oh, you don't like him?
I love Mason Graham, but we need to be single digits somewhere. What up, KC? He says, cut 27 just to send a message to the team. For what?
Okay, see that there. At least we have balance. Somebody who wants to be mad about the mistake as opposed to everybody else who's celebrating the mistake.
Go to bed, KC. Go to bed. What else we got? Couple more. All is well. Appreciate. He's our 5. It says, no need to call punt block on 4th and long so much. To call punt block on 4th and long, so much could go wrong. And bad coaching.
What?
And did bad coaching.
He's saying that calling the punt block was unnecessary.
Because so much can go wrong?
Yeah, because so much could go wrong as opposed to you just getting the ball and they have to drive the length of the field.
When you block a punt, that's good.
It is good.
Well, that brought us to a screeching halt. All right,
That's
all is
good.
well.
That's what he said. I'm
That's
sorry.
good,
bro. We'll come back to you.
Sorry.
We'll come back to you.
Right. Yeah, let's just
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you, like you're gonna get real mad, and that's good. It'll be good content.
Botch gonna get mad?
Botch gonna get mad
because I didn't hear what I've been so tapped out of the team. I don't know what nobody been saying.
I'm gonna tell you why I think the coach has a chance, and I'm gonna tell you that next on the DLLS,
double T's down
on the DLLS Cowboys postgame show. Man, I really need this thing to let me in. I did an update on my computer, which means things logged out.
Because you ain't got none of your talking points.
And I can do both those off the top of my head. I love Sleeper. And if you look on Sleeper, what you want to do is use the promo code DLLS Boys when you sign up. Sleeper, it's an app. It's awesome. You can do your fantasy football there, but don't worry about that. I'm talking about the daily fantasy. I'm talking about making picks and trying to make some monies, which you can do on Sleeper. And all you do is you say, hey, I think that this player is going to have more than or less than their projected stats. And so what you could have done this evening is just gone Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, more than, Rico Dowdle, more than, bang, 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 and you're hitting and you're balling. Put your ball knowledge to the test by picking whether your favorite, your least favorite, whichever players you think are going to have more or less than their stats each week. The more picks you combine, the more you can win, all the way up to 100 times your money. So hit up our friends at Sleeper, and they'll match that first deposit up to $100 with the promo code DLLS Boys. Also want to holler at you about our friends at Game Time, where I bet, based on the number of Bengal fans that were there, I bet you could have got a nice deal to go to the game this evening. And with our promo code, which is DLLS, you get $20 off your first purchase at Game Time. So download that app. I used it to go to a Stars game a few weeks ago, and it was lovely. Put a little nice dent in that purchase price with that DLLS promo code. And it's lovely. They'll show you the view from your seats before you do it. They have all-in pricing. You toggle that on so that you can see the totals up front. You won't get the surprise fees at checkout. That's lovely. The lowest price guarantee or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. So take that guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code DLLS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code DLLS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time.
Shouts out to Game Time. Go see Kendrick or something. Now, Jeff, you didn't tease this damn thing twice.
Yeah.
Can I say the S word? I only got one S word like per show, right?
We're not on TV yet, right? Yeah, let it rip.
I'm going to save in case I need it. But,
okay.
But go ahead, though. What you got?
Okay, so everybody knows that Dak stood up for like McCarthy.
Yeah,
it was like, yeah.
That was nonsense. I thought that was Dak being a company guy, I guess. But go ahead.
Okay. Troy Aikman also did before the game on the radio. Troy Aikman not only said that he thought he should be, he said, as we stand and talk right now, I expect Mike McCarthy to be back in 2025.
Okay.
And now I'm going to take you to Micah Parsons, who we do a pregame show, so I couldn't watch pregame. But the way I read it was that he talked to ESPN people in a pre-taped that they would air during the pregame, so I'd assume people got to see this. Yes. And Micah Parsons said, I would like a fair shot with everyone back, players, coaches, because the injuries kind of struck of what this season could really be. The injuries have been terrible, and, it really sucks. Seeing Zach, D-Law not having the year I know he planned to have. He had such a great start. It really sucks. In terms of coaching, man, Coach Mike, me and his relationship's always been really good. He always took real good care of me. I just don't know how the business side of it's going to go, Jerry Jones has his own mindset about who he wants to coach. It's his team. I'm kind of just like a pawn in this business. But that is Dak, that is Micah, and that is Troy Aikman predicting. All I'm saying is I don't think you can any longer be in the camp of I'm sure he's gone. So that's not an opinion on what I want. I'm just saying Troy, Dak, and Micah, that's all.
Shit.
I think it's logical to think that with like sounding like he has a bit of a backing, but some of the crap he did tonight was inexcusable.
Who?
Mike McCarthy.
What did he do?
I'm talking about the play calling. I'm talking about the situational play calling. I'm talking about you going, I'm talking about when Rico rips a 14-yard run up the gut, inside zone, and you come back and you pass it 3 times. Your running back was literally averaging over 6 yards a carry this game. And that first drive that came out, scored the touchdown after the half, right? Fine, great. Come back out the next drive, they had a negative 1 yard run with Rico. After that, panic. Let's just pass all 3 times. He's been cooking these people all day. Just because they stopped him one time doesn't mean you stop it again. Then you come out again the next possession, big run by Rico, you pass. Like, some of the situational play calling, I thought, like, going away from the run in some of these certain spots, they're moving these guys off the ball regularly. We have seen most teams that play them move them off the ball. And they clearly, that's to your point about Cincinnati's defense, they clearly found something after the half, blitzing. Clearly. Which is something they don't do much. They don't do that much. So it's like, okay, well, if they're going to blitz, make them pay. Like, I don't know. I felt like some of his decisions tonight weren't good for the team either. They were empty, a lot of empty possessions where they could have won that game.
Mike McCarthy. I was watching Hard Knocks, right? You watch Hard Knocks?
Right now?
The new one.
Nah. I can't get jiggy to it.
Hard Knocks.
I don't know the last time I watched
Any of y'all watch Hard Knocks?
Boy, they doing AFC North right now. And Mike Tomlin is just jealousy juice.
He doesn't get enough love.
Pause if necessary. That dude is jealousy juice. I'm watching him and how he lead his players. And you know what, you know what? I see why they so tough over there. Mike McCarthy just don't strike me as the character that's going to make your team tough. And I feel that way because the last 8 or so years he's been here, it don't strike my team as tough. He's very players coach guy. He's we're going to be healthy guy. We're going to keep eyes on the, GPS numbers and all this kind of little stuff. But then we line up against physical teams and we get smoked to death because we do not have a culture of toughness. Now, that was a part of me that felt like once upon a time, Mike McCarthy had a really good handle on being a head coach, as long as he wasn't allowed to call plays. You know what I'm saying? He was a really good delegator. But the fact that he can't realize that he's not the optimal solution when it's time to call plays, that's a big leadership problem to me. Some should click in Mike McCarthy's head and go, damn, boy, if I keep calling plays, I'm getting fired.
Talk that.
Let somebody else call plays. That's maybe a little more imaginative. Okay, now I'm just a dude. I'm sorry, Jeff. I know this is your show. I'm just a dude with a camera and a microphone. But running downfield and turning around is some nonsense, and they keep doing it. They do it a lot less now, and you can see them moving guys around, all this kind of stuff, and it looks a little better. But when you compare that to the field, if you watch the Lions, you throw up in your mouth. If you watch the Packers, if you watch the damn 49ers, just because Mike McCarthy is better than he was in week 2, 3, 4, and 5 doesn't mean that he's on par with the best offensive play callers in the league. And look, all this, hey, yo, Vach, I think he's cool. I think he's good. He's getting better. That stuff, because I ain't got 2 S's on my quota there, Jeff. All that stuff is cool, but when we get to the playoffs versus the good people for real, where they fan base is having fun on offense and they look tough on defense, we don't thrive there. We don't thrive there. And shouts out to Micah Parsons and what he talking about, but that ain't got nothing to do with us getting hurt this year because we ain't been tough in 8 years. We haven't been offensively imaginative in 8 years. So I'm just over this. I'm past this. It's been 8.
He's been the coach for 8 years.
Can somebody fact check me on that? But it's been 5.
I think it's been 5.
Chat, please. Can somebody give?
He had one injury year, 3 12-5s in this one. I think this is
2020 was first year.
However long it's been, there's been many times where Kellen Moore done bailed Mike McCarthy out, or Dan Quinn done bailed Mike McCarthy out. Now that the ball is all in Mike McCarthy's court, we see who he is. He's a character that run hitches and slants. We run downfield and we turn around, huh?
2020.
2020.
It's been for 4 years.
That's plenty still.
This is 5th year, yeah.
That's plenty still.
Carry the 2.
Plenty still. Even
1,
this
2,
though.
3, 4.
Even this though. I'm not an offensive head coach. But me and Jeff go, hey man, they should probably just get the ball to Rico there. And it shouldn't be some, whoa, now let's give Mike McCarthy a damn trophy because he didn't figure out in week 11 that he should just get a ball to Rico. Or Kevontae Turpin 2 years in a row records 2 of the fastest plays miles per hour wise. And me and Aisha in camp, me and Jeff in camp, me and everybody in camp going, you know what, Turpin's fast.
And then
Turpin's fast.
Yeah. But
let's get Turpin the ball.
Right.
Brandon Cook's been a deep threat for everybody.
Right.
His whole career, Patriots, Rams, Saints, all of a sudden he's run down the field and turn around guy here.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, and I respect it.
I don't like it.
I ain't trying to.
I see what you're doing, and I respect it.
I ain't trying to hear what Mike McCarthy talking about. Didn't Troy Aikman on the y'all mean go, hey man, everywhere Brandon Cook's been, he been deep threat, 1,000-yard guy. I don't know. The same Troy Aikman that's vouching for Mike McCarthy's job, right?
See, I took it the other way, and that Troy Aikman was being real polite and saying Brandon Cooks ain't got it. Like he don't got it no more, and people know.
Man, look, you know, I ain't trying to be rant guy, nothing like that. But I'm just over. Like I'm 32 now, and you know when I'm young, you know, I got a lot of patience. And hey, give Jason Garrett a chance. You know, I'm young, but I'm over it too. I'm over the nonsense now, man.
In fairness, I'm over it too. The only way I would be okay with it is if he was able to relinquish play calling, because it's just like when you sit there and like Vaj says, when you watch the other offenses in the league. Like, and again, some of them are like top level offenses. You look at the lines, you're like, okay, that offensive line is fantastic, all that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But there are also offenses that are working with less and still look better. Still, the effort that they put into their play calling makes sense. So he was pissing me off today. I mean, that offensive line was really moving those guys off the ball, and he just wanted to toss that thing.
I was watching Oregon, and I was like, damn, boy. Oregon's calling better plays than Mike McCarthy and them. And I'm looking at Cleveland. Like I was watching the Cleveland Browns and they was breaking down some fun stuff that they doing with James. I'm just like, man, we ain't gotta reinvent the wheel. We just gotta steal plays that exist already.
And they don't want to do no stealing.
Just steal the play. Jeff, I know. I'm sorry. I know you the host.
I love it.
I know you the host. I'm sorry.
Right, I'm not the host. We are the hosts.
But steal plays,
you can do whatever the hell you want.
Mike want to run I ain't got 3 S's. He just want to run the stuff that he did in the 90s, the 99s, and the 2000s. Steal plays. The job ain't even hard.
I'm screaming.
I can steal the plays.
But also, too, when you look at, I don't understand why you got a backup quarterback in right now. What the hell do you think this is?
Cooper Rush throwing the ball 40 times.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you think this is?
You know what a good coach should do when Jordan Love go hurt and damn Malik Willis win all the games? You just change the game plan to cater to, you run the football, you do easy stuff here, and you play defense. That's the plan. And you win games with damn Malik Willis. So when Jordan Love come back, you're right back in the fight. Oh, we want to throw the ball with Cooper Rush 50 times. Why not?
It's interesting.
Please, why not? And Rico Dowdle averaging what, 10 yards a carry or something? 8 yards a carry or something?
7.3, sir. 7.3.
Let Cooper throw it.
It was getting busy. Hunter Lipke was doing some things for him. It just doesn't make any sense to me why you would behave that way.
The game was close. We wasn't even forced to throw the football. We're in rundown territory.
Talk about
Mike said, throw that.
Talk about it.
I ain't got no MFs to do it. Can I say an MF on this? On this mug.
You know what's interesting though, that now that you're talking about Mike McCarthy though, is if you listen to Brian Schottenheimer talk on Mondays, he don't sound like what Mike McCarthy. He's saying run bunch. He's saying do mesh. He's saying the things that like these modern offenses are doing. So what is his job? What is he doing?
Schottenheimer on the phone with Jacksonville trying to get a job is what he doing.
Like what is he doing?
Yeah,
if their
think
philosophy
that Brian Schottenheimer's the answer.
No, I don't think he's the option in it by any means. What I'm saying is, what's his input?
He on the phone with Penn State or something, trying to get his next job.
What a waste of a performance by your offensive line and defensive line. What a waste. That's how I feel.
Yeah, no, I mean it makes sense. It makes sense. And the reason that I enjoy just letting that happen is because I don't think I represent very many people on this situation. Like, I think Mike is way better than people give him credit for, and I don't think people want to hear that crap.
I think he's a good coach.
I don't disagree with you, Jeff, but your coaches...
Dak was an all-pro with Mike McCarthy's first year calling plays.
Your coach's expectation, Jeff, is built upon where the last coach left.
Yeah.
So if Jason Garrett go to Jacksonville today, he'll get him to 8-8, and they'll throw a party over there.
Yeah.
But if you are 8-18, your next coach, you trying to at least get to 12 wins.
Yeah.
We're a winning program.
Mm-hmm.
So we trying to go up.
Yeah.
So at that point, Mike McCarthy's not a good coach if we run hitches and slants and we trying to get the 14 and 15 wins and two playoff wins or 3 playoff wins. That's my point. So yeah, he is a good coach for some team, but where we are, we need better than what that is.
See, I say you're letting Jerry off the hook.
Jerry. I've been cussing Jerry out.
You love Jerry.
I've been cussing Jerry out.
Y'all love Jerry.
No.
You think he built a juggernaut and Mike just can't get him to win?
No, I
thought Cooper Rush was supposed to go win this game.
I also say to that, like in regard to last year and Dak having the year that he had, you were one of the worst teams on first and second down, but you were one of the best on third.
Cincinnati,
so what does that mean? You think they call bad plays and Dak?
I think your quarterback's good. I think your quarterback was improvising. I think your quarterback made him look better than what he did. That's what I think. I don't think that. I mean, last year we fussed about the play calling maybe worse than we did this year. And you did have Tony Pollard that people did respect a little bit more than most of the running backs that you have currently now. But even so, it took him some time to get going. I mean, I think Mike McCarthy, to your point, Vach, he's player first. He knows how to delegate all those things. I think that the locker room does believe in him, but it's just it's about that time, boss. It's about that time, boss.
If hypothetically, right, because I ain't putting nobody on blast.
Right.
If Tyler Guyton is soft, do you think Mike McCarthy's the type of coach to call him out for being soft? I'm just saying hypothetically. I don't know Tyler Guyton's soft. But if Tyler Guyton's being soft and he's not playing through injuries, he's not toughening up and stepping up to the occasion. I'm just saying hypothetically. Do you think Mike McCarthy is a tough enough coach to go up to him and say that?
Man, I think that's like relative to who? Like relative to Ben Johnson? Probably. And I think that you have the guy whose job that is absolutely tells them if they're not tough.
Facts.
The guy whose job it is when people are hurt is to work with him. Absolutely. Lets them know they're not tough. Britt will tell them.
Right. I will give him. I think Mike McCarthy knows how to talk to the players. I do think that he understands how to be relatable and things like that. It seems like when you listen to some of the players talk about him, they seem like they're very close with him. However, it's not about that for me. It's not. I like being connective is valuable, obviously, as a coach. But right now, it's like everywhere your team has been undisciplined at this point, and like I said, I'm tired of the play calling at this point in certain situations, and it's not all the time.
Damn it, we gotta go. But like so many of these things, I want to like follow up. Like
yeah, let's go.
Undisciplined. Like they had 4 penalties today.
They had 4 penalties today, and definitely the penalties have taken
and a ghost Peter.
They've definitely have taken
bones.
And
that's bones.
Well, and that's the whole other thing too.
Bones.
Like just like you just said, like, is he the type of coach to go up to a player? Is he talking to Fossil? Because his unit has hurt you in a lot.
Their special teams have been great.
He definitely cut some bones
special teams
out.
has been good. It's not about the overall numbers. It's about the situations within game that shift momentum, that change the way the game feels.
I think they're a really bad football team.
That's fair. Yo, no, you know what?
That's the thing too, Joe.
You know what? That's honestly probably the best way to put it.
I do need to tell you about the Empire Impact Player of the Game. Okay, I need you to know about the Empire Impact Player of the Game. What? We didn't forget it. I'm telling you right now. The Empire Impact Player of the Game today.
I just want to say
is Amani
Oruwariye.
You got the devil.
Oruwariye.
Ultimate Warrior.
For getting the job done when it mattered most. Yeah. When all the chips were down, one man stood strong for Team Tank.
I agree.
And it was AO. The Empire Impact Player of the Game is Joe Burrow.
I agree.
Rico Dowdle. But also AO. It's all of them. Mm-hmm. And use our code DLLS at Empire today. Get $350 off. How about that? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys post-game show, I do have my top 5 moments of the game and everything else that matters. Oh, and Joe is calling in, so we'll get updates from Joe on DeMarvion Overshone, Cooper Beebe, and everything else that you need. That's next on the DLLS Cowboys post-game show.
They may not be a good football team.
Empire today. Tell me in a second. Empire today is our homies. They put the floor in here in the studio, and you can get $350 off. You can hear Vach. She's stomping on the floor because it's quality floor. It can take that. Okay, you don't have to, though.
Did it again.
$350 off.
She put a camera on me for a reason.
EmpireToday.com/DLLS. You get shop at home convenience, right product for your needs, quick and professional installation, and low price guarantee. That's what you get with our friends at Empire Today. They're going to help you find what you need. not overwhelm you with thousands of choices and substitutes. What they leave out of the selection is as important as what they put in. They comb through thousands of product samples to make sure they have the perfect styles for you. Their virtual floor designer is badass. Lets you see how new floors will look in any space. You just take a picture, bang! You see how those new floors will look in your room. Schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive a $350 off discount. Use the promo code DLLS. Restrictions apply. See EmpireToday.com/DLLS for details. Also, shout out to our friends at Shady Rays. Finest Sungees in all the land. I should have brought mine in today.
Let me tell you what I love about Shady Rays.
What do you love about Shady Rays?
I was out there surfing.
You weren't.
I was surfing in the river, Jeff.
That's not a thing.
And I fell off the surfboard.
Yep.
And a crocodile ate my Shady Ray glasses.
Yep.
And all I had to do was go online. I just knew they was going to give me a hard time about it.
Right.
Hell no, they didn't give me. They sent me a new pair like in a couple of days. All I had to do was click.
That's amazing.
Done.
Because you lied. But yeah, if your shades go missing or take an unexpected hit, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair backed by lost or broken replacements. If you don't love your shades, exchange them for a new pair. Return worry-free within 30 days. No risk when you shop. Their team always has your back with personal and fast support. And the sunglasses are badass. They got all sorts of different styles, all sorts of different colors. Whatever you're looking for, Shady Rays got you covered. Shady Rays is giving out their best deal this season. Head to ShadyRays.com. Use the code DLLS. 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try it for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. What were you trying to sneak in there at the end?
I was trying to say a lot of things. Like
trying to come back at me a little bit.
It was Mike McCarthy's fault that we played the bad players so much. Like, yeah, we're not a great team already, but like we're forcing the worst dudes on the field.
I think Jerry
that also Jerry too.
But
what I was saying was, yeah, we're not a great team, but Cincinnati's still like a top 5 offense with damn, humongous and Brooklyn Brawler at damn offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Like just some regular
names.
They're jobbers.
Yeah, they are jobbers
in wrestling.
Yeah,
but so I didn't make it up. But yeah, they like just some regular miscellaneous characters at offensive line, and they find a way to get it done. Because you got a couple of talented people on offense, you figure it out. Chase Brown at running back.
They didn't find a way to get it done. Joe Burrow found a way to get it done. They didn't block for crap.
I think if you have a quality quarterback, I think you can figure it out. But if Joe Burrow and them, if they were forced to run downfield and turn around, I think they'll be a bad-looking football team. What I'm saying is, yeah, we may not be a great football team, Jeff. We have a Wash Brandon Cooks and a Jalen Tober that I'm absolutely sick of and a great CeeDee Lamb. But them running downfield and turning around ain't helping them. We can go ahead and go to Joe.
We got Joe. Is he ready?
I'm very sad.
Let's say hi to Joe Hoyt, who's out at AT&T Stadium. Joe, first of all, hello, welcome. What a wild-ass ending. And the first thing, I don't know if you've gotten something already, and I know it's not like they're going to have a definitive anything for you, but DeMarvion Overshown got hurt, and that's not fun. So that and whatever else are your headlines from out at AT&T. Hello.
Yeah, no, DeMarvion Overshown, I think, was the headline aside from the Amani Arourier stuff. But Jerry Jones said he's very concerned. There's no definitive answers yet on DeMarvion Overshown, but obviously there's a big reason to be concerned. And then I asked a lot of players just, hey, knowing Overshown's past, knowing what he had to work through to get back to this point and how he was doing and kind of the infectious personality he was bringing, how gutting was this? When I asked Micah Parsons that, he started crying. He said that he cried, when the injury happened, knowing that. Eric Kendricks got, really teary-eyed too, knowing how strong that relationship has gone the past year. And it was tough for a lot of guys in that locker room. Micah Parsons said overall this was the toughest loss he's ever had. Not more than the playoff loss last year, just because he thought that they were practicing well, they were building a lot of things together, and then to lose like that, the way that it ended, that was tough for him. One note too, we tried to talk to Amani Arourier. Me and a couple other reporters were waiting. When that happened, CJ Goodwin stood up and said, no, I'm not allowing any of you guys to talk to him. I was like, CJ, we kind of have to, and he said, no, we're just not going to do it. And then a couple other teammates agreed. Then they walked with Amani outside, and they left, and that was the extent of it.
That's trying to figure out how I feel about that. That's nice. That's good teammating.
I get it.
But at the same time, I mean, if he's willing, then,
he might not know what to say. He might not know what to say.
He was emotional too.
Okay, so I mean, we know it's we know how he feels, but it's also your job if you can to get to talk to him about it. So
right.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that sounds bad for Overshown.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not a journalistic answer, but I think, do you read into that when you see how emotional these guys are, that maybe that's based on knowing something or just seeing that he might be hurt?
They know it's serious.
I think it's them knowing. I mean, immediately players were saying, "Hey, we need people to come over here and look at him immediately." When we saw him initially, his leg wasn't really moving, and then he wasn't putting pressure on it as he walked off. I think it's the juxtaposition of knowing the just uplifting love for the game he's genuinely brought to this team. Like, I asked Tyler Smith about that, and he's like, "I've never seen anything like it. Frankly, someone's love for the game like he has." So just to see that love now kind of be hit with such destructive endings, last year before it even started, and this year potentially, I think that really got in the emotions of a lot of guys. But yeah, I'm going to head off now because Clarence also talked to some other people, so I'm going to head off so you guys make sure of time to also get him on. But it was good talking to you.
Coolio. There goes Joe Hoyt. Appreciate your time. He's out at AT&T Stadium, so we'll hear from Clarence Hill too.
I'm sick, bro.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'm sick.
That sucks. Because I was building out a DeMarvion Overshown segment to talk about him, and then it's like he gets hurt, and it's like, well, that may not matter anymore, depending on what we hear and for how long. Clarence ready to pop in right away? All right, let's go say hello to Clarence Hill, shall we? Let's see what Clarence has for us from AT&T Stadium. The best beat writer in the history of the Dallas Cowboys.
Clarence?
Sometimes, but we don't. All right. Check. What's up, Clarence? Oh, of course, Pop's muted, isn't he?
He's muted.
I swear to God, Clarence. I swear on everything that is holy.
He's still muted.
We can't hear you, buddy.
Jeff, man, these mics, man. You know how they go.
We can't hear you, man. Clarence.
Okay, I'm fine. I didn't mute myself. I was muted from inside. I didn't mute myself. Don't do that. How you guys doing, man? I see you guys talking about DeMarvion, and sort of that was a huge setback for the team. Jerry wouldn't have an answer, but Mike McCarthy told us it was serious in nature. I mean, they understand it's serious. And so obviously you'll get the final word on what exactly the injury is, but they know it's a major injury. And sort of that's a huge setback for everybody. What's also a huge setback is this might be the end of the road for Mike McCarthy. And he talked about the raw feelings, how it's raw. This is one of the most disappointing losses he's had. And he's talked about how this was probably it, for their run on the season. When you talk about the numbers and, them talking about having some momentum and building momentum and winning games, this was their must win. He said this was their must win for us. They had their best week of practice. They put themselves in position to win. And they didn't get it done. And we can feel all we want to about the Warrior, but this is something that's been drilled for years. And what you're supposed to do in those situations, they make the call on the field. The punt is blocked, get away from it. And obviously, natural instincts, he saw the ball and he did something. Same thing Leon Lett did. It's a dumb play. Nation Wright did it a couple years against Denver, and for this organization to have these type of mistakes, and as we can talk all we want about the fight, and they have fought, and they played a great game, toe-to-toe with Joe Burrow. You did everything you wanted to. Mike McCarthy said the game plan worked out to perfection, and how they stopped them in the fourth quarter, gave themselves a chance to win, and to lose that way is gut-wrenching. But how many times this season, as well as you say some of the times they've fought, they make self-inflicted boneheaded mistakes that lead to their own demise?
Yeah, I think that's kind of fair. But I think that it rubs me the wrong way that Jerry thinks that he can literally talk about anything that went wrong. And like the ultimate thing that's wrong is your team isn't good enough to win games, and you built it. Like, you lost to the Bengals on one play. You were supposed to lose to the Bengals by 4.5 points. Vegas told you that. You're supposed to have lost all these games that you lost. The fact that this could be some sort of breaking point for the guy that built the team is kind of hilarious to me.
Yeah, and Jerry talked about that because he was asked about the Mike McCarthy quote. Not McCarthy, the Troy Aikman quote on Mike McCarthy and how he deserves to be coming back and should come back. And Jerry, he went to Mike McCarthy's outstanding coach. He has an outstanding record, got great experience, and we're what he's about and some of the benefits we're having out there. And so there's an old adage, when you start thinking about any coaches, you better give it a good look because he's one of the best. But again, I spoke to that any consideration I'm having, but this was a hard one for him tonight.
R.I.P. Coach. R.I.P. Coach Mike.
Clarence, any insight on what was going on with Tyler Guyton, why he wasn't able to play today?
Well, he was able to play. He was active.
He was active. He was able to play. I mean, I know other insight that Chuma.
Well, any insight on the decision?
No, other than Chuma gave him a better chance. I mean, to hold up against Trey, and I mean, again, we talk about Mike and what's happened, and this offense, this team is taking a lot of blows. You know, you starting Chuma Doga for the first time. You know, you lose Cooper Beebe, you move Brock Hoffman, and for the most part, the offensive line held up. I mean, they opened holes for a solid run game, and they've fought and they've had to deal with blows and held up and then played well enough to put themselves in position to win. You know, and I don't know that Tyler Guyton. I know he wouldn't have been better than Chuma tonight. Chuma was okay. You know, Chuma's play did not cause them to lose the game. I mean, and Cooper is. I mean, he made some plays, but his arm strength, his mobility were liabilities.
Thank you, Clarence. We love you.
Bye, Clarence.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Chuma Doga can play. He just don't know the plays. I stand on that.
I actually would have segued from that because, I mean, we do have to fire Mike because I'm mad at him about Chuma playing, but I know why he was playing. It makes sense.
Chuma's bad.
I agree. He still shouldn't be playing. That's what I'm saying.
I probably should have asked Clarence, what you mean Mike McCarthy's at the end of his road? What that mean? Like, did Mike say that? Or did Jerry say that?
Clarence has always been.
Or is Clarence saying that?
Very into, like, it's already been over. Like, Mike ain't coming back.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm just taking the building blocks of different players saying things and then Troy Aikman saying things and, like, it sounds like maybe, but he's always been in the camp of he ain't coming back. And
I feel like he said Mike said it.
No,
that's what I felt like.
Well, I guess more so he was alluding to the fact that they understand now, like, the season is done. Like, clearly, like, there's no run to go on or whatever.
Mathematical?
If Jerry really thought... I can't.
He got to say it.
Like,
do the thing.
I'm not. It's not even. It's just if you don't have.
Put him on the camera.
No, I'm not. This is
that
not a rant.
Right there.
This is not a rant.
Get on his ass.
But if losing the game that took you from a 2% chance to make the playoffs to 1% instead of 4% is the thing that makes it. This is one of my worst losses ever. What the? Do you think the season, how do you think it was going to go? You could have won every game the rest of the way. You still weren't making the playoffs. You literally had a 2% chance to make the playoffs when you took the field today. You had no chance. For this to be a super disappointing loss when it was a game that you were supposed to lose? Like, what a weird setup by Jerry this year. The whole thing is a weird setup. You're not allowed to be disappointed in Dak before he got hurt or Mike McCarthy. You built an ass team. And then when you get bad results, it's like, oh, well, this one really hurts because I really thought that you shouldn't have thought that you were going to do anything. You built a shit team. I got one S word. I had one.
Oh, okay.
And I hadn't used it.
Okay, well, keep going.
But anyway, like, and I just, he intentionally built this team. And yes, if everyone stayed healthy, maybe they could have been competitive. But you did this intentionally to balance your budget book to get ready for what's next. You did this. You actively did not try to build a team this offseason. You said, we'll just see who's in camp that's already been here, and that can replace everything, and we'll wish for the best. Like,
I wonder if Clarence felt like McCarthy's energy at the presser. Like, maybe he said something, maybe his body language, something, because you're right.
He was talking about Jerry's when he said it seemed like after hearing Jerry's disappointment that it might be the end for Mike.
Didn't he say Mike McCarthy felt like he was at the end of his road?
I
said Clarence back.
He said it was the end of the road for the
for the season.
And I think he's paralleling that with this is the end of the road for McCarthy. I think that's what he's doing.
I don't think Clarence said, "Yeah, man, I think this is the end of the road." I think he said Mike McCarthy feels like this is the end of the road.
That's what I thought he said as well. No,
because if Mike McCarthy feels we need to call Clarence back to find out what the hell is going on over there. Because if Mike McCarthy walking around pouting, I got questions, Jeff.
I'd like to. That's not happening. My coach would never do that. I'd like to apologize to every player and coach on the Dallas Cowboys football team. Because when I call you a cuss word or a butt football team, I want you to know that it's not a reflection on you. I think you have plenty of very good players, and I know that everybody out there is busting their ass and they want to have a career, and I want you all to get all the money in the history of the world. That was strictly about man for man comparing to the good teams in football, the roster that the general manager built. I think you're all lovely, and I cheer for all of you to do great in life.
It's just you compared to your peers.
Well, I mean, but
your little point.
All you can do is be the best you can be. We'll get the super chats coming up next, and why the whole thing, like it's still going to be a cluster F of McCarthy and Jerry and Zimmer and all the different things. It's a continuation of the postgame show. How about that? That's what's coming up next.
What'd he say?
But first, I'd like to encourage you to sign up to be a diehard.
Get that shirt, dog.
Or go get some merch. Just get some. Hold on, let me get the laptop out the way. I got one.
It
Got one of my
looks
DLLSs
so
on. Got the merch store, you know.
That shirt.
AllDLLS.com.
Yeah,
I got 3 of them. My hoodie and one more shirt. My hoodie and one more shirt should be here very soon. Mm-hmm. It's shipped. I got the email that said it's shipped.
Okay.
So I got that coming. But if you sign up to be a diehard, you get all sorts of hookups. I've been hanging out in our Discord server the last few days. It's wild in there. Mm-hmm. We had a nice little conversation about Wicked today in the movies section. Mm-hmm. I was in the video game section for a while. Dipped into the Mavs while they were playing. It goes crazy in the Mavs channel.
Didn't you say Foots was in there? Y'all talking about Foots?
What?
Oh, we talk about feet, not Foots the King. Not our friend. No, we talk about feet a little bit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Stop.
Well, I try to get people to talk about feet. Nobody really responds.
What?
Don't go.
Foots the King was in there.
There
Foots
are
King
a lot of subsections of Discord.
Okay, time out. We got the instant replay. What happened?
What?
So he said he ended the overshow. He went right into what else this might be the end of the road for Mike McCarthy. And then he said that he was talking about, this is a tough loss.
Okay, so not evidence-based at all, just Clarence furthering his own agenda.
So I lose the challenge?
Yeah, you lost the challenge.
Oh,
yeah, we're going to kick from where we were, okay?
Peter.
No catch. You can't say that. AllDLLS.com is where you go. And when you sign up to be a diehard, you get access to all of our premium written content, our Discord lounge, which is tons of fun. You're just surrounded by other DFW sports fans, psychos like you. And it's a great time. You get your carrying cards, you get discounts on merch, get a free t-shirt. You get so many different things. Sign up, support, do the right thing, okay? Or else. That's not a threat. Yeah, we can do that.
No, man, we'll do it here.
I want to make it clear that I'm not standing up for Mike too hard. Yeah. I only stand up for Mike a little bit.
I'm not standing up for Mike at all.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm sitting with two people who aren't at all and have had it up to here, and I just need people to know I've only had it up to, like,
what?
No,
here. I'm sick of him and Jared. I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sick of him and Jared.
Okay.
No, I don't just have like a disdain for him. It's just fork over the play calling, man. And then I'll live with it.
The fact that
because I like that he cares about players and stuff.
The fact that he won't disqualifies him as a coach, and I felt the same way too. I feel like I feel like he'd be a solid head coach if he just relinquished play call.
But in a place where we assume that head coaches have limitations of some sort, that might feel like giving up too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, because he feels like he's the best man for the job. And so, like, if you're like, no, I'm the head coach, and you hired me because I do offense and I'm calling the plays.
He lied to get the job.
He did lie to get the job.
He lied.
I would rather. But again, it's organizational. It's organizational, and it always has been. Because there's like 8 things that work together. 1, should the head coach have the authority to hire staff? Yes. When a head coach wants to bring in an assistant coach who was the assistant coach for Tom Landry, should I be like, what? No.
That's crazy, bro.
Like, I just want an organization that the flow is, I'm going to find the best people to win at football. Not, oh, I know him from way back. He can have this one. And I know him from way back. And in this case, so to get the defensive coordinator was Jerry. I know this guy from way back. And to get the O-line coach, Mike McCarthy's like, I know a guy from way back. Sure. And like, they're just, I want my head coach to send texts with emojis.
I'm screaming.
And then hire the best people. Like, I want you to be like, oh yeah, our special teams coach, he's 29 years old and we actually got him from UT San Antonio. Like, I want you to scour the world and know the entire football community and landscape and find the creative, the smart, the innovative. I don't want dudes who have been in the league for 35 years unless they've been whipping ass for 35 years. Right. Bill Callahan can coach my O-line forever.
For sure.
Dudes who don't get those results, you don't work here.
I will say, Jeff, one of the worst things, and I've said this loudly on my YouTube to check and, qualify this or just whatever, is I'm not here for the coach that says, well, F your loyalty. oh, well, you gave me my first job, so I'm going to hire your son to do some stuff.
Nope.
F off.
Nope.
F
nope.
off. Oh, Marty Morningwig taught me how to so now Scott Morningwig is in charge of the tight ends. Hey, man, F off, bro.
Yeah.
Nah,
and we know that this is very common in the NFL. It's like
it is.
People want to bring their homies and stuff. To your point, Jeff, it is up to the organization to have a say so in that. And
but at the same time, you want the head coach to be empowered to hire his staff, and so it's very weird.
It's hard.
It's very weird.
It's hard.
Nepotism happens, but Kyle Shanahan had to coach for 20 years before he got there. I don't care that Jonathan Morningwig has been coaching for 2 years.
No.
See, and that's something else too, Jeff, the 29-year-old coach. I feel you. Give me 35. I want somebody that's been coaching a little
bit seasoned.
Not 70, but that's been coaching a little bit. And then you can come in.
29's fine. He might have been at this thing for 8 years by now. He might have been crushing it.
35 to 6, and then let them come in and take care of some business, dog. I'm not here for your family nepotism little thing. F off. Get out of
here. Is Donovan Wilson playing better football?
that was one of my 5 favorite moments of the game. One of my 5 favorite moments of the game.
We just aborted your segment.
Was it random? I forgot about it. But one of my 5 favorite moments of the game was just an observation on a third down, and it was like the 4th third down that I had seen it happen. I was like, that's interesting. Yeah, he's gotten way better because Mike Zimmer has realized on third down, you can't throw at Donovan Wilson if he's blitzing.
Yeah.
Every third down, Donovan Wilson is blitzing the quarterback.
That's facts.
I'm honestly.
That's
every
facts.
Third down.
Jeff,
Donovan's going that way.
That's fact. Oh, that's Jeff. That's cold.
I know I shouldn't have asked.
That boy turned to Dan Quinn and put him right down at the last third down. You cold, boy.
I walked into that. He said, "You know what?
Every third down.
Maybe my strong safety needs to be in the box."
He ain't covering on third down.
That's cold.
He's quarterback hunting.
Oh, that's fire.
Hey.
But also maybe.
Hey,
maybe
Chauncey Golston is
He's good.
He's
played good football.
He's doing his thing. Maybe he wasn't the one take this whole time.
No, surprise.
Maybe,
that was so dumb. Like it is, isn't it?
I hate that. It's gonna piss me off.
I don't know if this is a Jerry or a McCarthy
It's gonna
thing.
upset me.
And I gotta watch that film, Jeff. That's so funny.
And this isn't going to be a rant either. This is not a rant.
It's about to make me upset.
This is not a rant. I need everybody to know it's not a rant.
We gotta do supers.
Oh yeah, we gotta do supers.
After Jeff.
Okay, just very quickly. The fact that for years in a row, and like Vach says, like me too, microphone, camera, that's what I got, right? But the fact that we can go to training camp every year and see things and say things to the fan base about how good players are and what guys should be doing and can't do and should do, and in like week 9, your professional team admits it. What are y'all doing? How is that a professional organization? It took me 8 seconds in camp, and I was like, oh, Zeke can't play. Rico's pretty good. It took them 10 weeks.
It's so frustrating.
To give the good guy the ball. We showed up in camp, and how did I get to this point? Because there was another one. Chauncey Golston was lined up at defensive tackle. And I'm like, he cannot play there unless it's 3rd and 15. Yep. He can't do it. And he's pretty good out there. Mm-hmm. They figured it out. Yep. In week 8. Like, that's not supposed to. You can't have just dudes with microphones and cameras that show up to camp and talk about the things that the team is doing wrong, and they're right.
Turpin,
that's not okay.
Turpin finally getting more than 3 touches a game. It's just like
that's sick.
It took forever.
You know something else that bothered me though, Chad?
What's that?
We knew that.
Is this a rant?
No. Okay. Because I don't even have a solo camera today.
Oh,
you know, Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe, right?
I know them.
You know, when you're young, reps are important.
Yep.
It took them all the way to the end of camp to insert.
Let them get reps.
To insert Guyton and Beebe. So I was talking to some guys behind the scenes over there because I was trying to get some answers. I was talking to Brian Bros, whatever. And I was talking to Brian Bros, man, and I was like, Brian, where the hell Beebe and that man? He said, oh, Beebe and Guyton down there with the 3.
With the 2s
just
and
hang
3s.
out over there. Yeah.
And I was like, why, Brian? We're gonna say this. I said, why, Brian? He said, well, because the coaches say that he get more reps down there with the 3s and 4s.
You get the same number of reps if you just put them in with the 1s.
Ever since that day, wanted to fire Mike McCarthy.
Okay, fair.
But
we appreciate
Wow.
Everyone that's here, I want you to know that. And we appreciate if you've hit the like and subscribe button. And we're incredibly grateful that you've hung out with us on the DLLS Cowboys post-game show. Is that a soft close? Now I can keep going? Now we're going to keep going. Because we're not on TV. Is that for when we're on TV? Okay, so stream people, what just happened was a fake end of a show? Because that's what we'll have to do when we're on TV, which is going to happen soon, and it'll be 1 hour. And so we'll have to pretend it's over at 1 hour.
What's our time?
But then we'll still be here. Well, no, yeah, like we've done an hour, so we're free, but we need to hit some supers.
Give me the tens. Give me the tens, and I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read the. Let's run them. Let's do it. Come on, I got you. Trust me. Daniel, the $1 Million Man DiBiase says, didn't play for. We've been doing this since high school.
Right.
Yeah. The call is Peter, and it's always been Peter.
I don't think you can be Peter anymore.
Peter, appreciate it, Trevon. NJ's dropped a 5 and says, let's talk about pop culture or something else instead after that.
How about Sabrina Carpenter, huh? I don't know. I just know she's popular now.
Hurrah. Please. What's she do?
Oh, what's up with Jay-Z?
Damn, she made the song about the damn thing.
Oh, no.
Don't talk about Jay-Z. Blotty.
I didn't know.
Blotty dropped the dime and says, just got here, wasn't able to watch the game, and I'm not even surprised, honestly. What do y'all think or hope happens after this season as a whole? I think I've made my intentions very clear, but I won't with Mike. Mike from San Antonio dropped a 5 and says, this game, sometimes your French fries, sometimes your tater tots.
Yeah, they're tater.
Shout out to 2 IEs. Appreciate you, Mike.
Tater
Tater
tots.
tots. I get it. The Truth 646 says, please fire Mike into the sun. That's murder. Also, why don't we play Trey Lance?
Because he's terrible.
They're all bad.
Cooper's better than him.
They're all bad. Jeremy Phillips dropped a 5 in the super chat. Says, I know 2I is sick of watching these games with these two. She don't watch the game with us.
She stays down. As we go up, she's downstairs.
Me and Jeff be over there.
She ain't trying to see that.
They be up there talking about some. Dang it! When the other teams, when the Cowboys be doing good stuff.
You should have heard us on the punt block.
It was funny.
Watching us were like, dang it! And then AO touched it and they got it.
It was like,
he touched it. He touched it. It's them. Yeah,
hey,
it
man.
is.
It's wrong.
It's interesting.
It's a lot of area. It's a lot of area here.
We have a big space.
She don't fool with her. Vincent dropped a 5 and says, love this show. Eagles fan here. Hope Coach McCarthy is back. Great show. You better hope.
If an Eagle fan wants
it, better hope.
All right. We got to fire him.
You better
hope
Mike McCarthy.
You trolling.
You better hope.
Yeah.
Tony dropped a 5 and says, Hendrickson started eating our weak tackles when McCarthy stopped running.
Y'all stop
by
it. Henderson
Mike.
was going to sack somebody eventually, okay?
Yeah, he's a top.
You
he's
stop
a top
pretending
10.
every time the other team makes a good play or the Cowboys make a bad play that it was Mike's fault. Sometimes the good players make plays.
Top 10 guy. We're going to read like 3 more cats, then I'm going to read the rest of them on my next stream. Vance dropped a 5 and says, Mike McCarthy will be back for 1 season. He's cheap. I don't think that matters. And a $10 billion company will pay less for a coach than UNC. UNC?
Yeah. The Cowboys pay $4 million a year for their coach.
Who is
make $15 million.
Who is UNC paying?
I don't know. They fired Mac. Who they got? Did they bring somebody in already?
I don't know that.
I don't know.
Can we get somebody to fact check? Guillotine dropped a 5 and says, why do us folk that watch the game? I should have read that country. Why do us folk who watch the game know the rules so much better than the professionals that get paid to play the game?
Weird stuff happens sometimes.
We don't get paid. We don't know better than the people that play the game, but we definitely know more than the front. Oh yeah,
Gimli's got to get in, and don't you ever say anything other than Gimli. It's Gimli.
Jamili dropped a 5 and says, y'all ever feel like Jerry Jones sold his soul to the devil in the 90s, and now he hasn't made good on the. Well, I think the devil would just kill him if that's the case. But
I don't know if the devil has that power. He just attempts to corrupt you.
He just over you.
Maybe. I plead the blood of Jesus right now. What are y'all saying?
I don't know.
Tony Nichols says Lombardicus Prime is on it. Tomlin, y'all just watch the first episode of Hard Knocks, please.
Oh, okay.
Definitely. And we'll come back next time.
Tomlin is ass at managing football games, by the way. Just curious. I'm just saying, we praise everybody else. Watch their games and watch what happens with their timeouts and some decisions they make.
But he exudes toughness. Mike McCarthy exudes who brought whipped cream for the pie.
Y'all gotta stop doing food stuff with McCarthy.
He exudes that, though, Jim.
Y'all gotta stop doing food stuff with McCarthy.
Pause.
Okay?
He does
yeah, that's
exude
not
that.
nice.
He does exude that.
That's not nice.
Y'all stop doing food stuff with McCarthy. Tomlin is a tough coach, though.
No.
I don't know. I just saw, we just got to take, it's just like anything. Sometimes the whipped cream goes in the pie,
I think him and Zeke got the same nasal situation.
He doesn't
Zeke
breathe
has a
like
louder.
this.
Yeah, Zeke got a louder, and Mike McCarthy just.
I'm trying to make it intact.
See, Zeke is
I'm trying to make
nasally,
it-
See, Zeke is, but Mike McCarthy's fast, so he needs a break, and he goes. And after he takes his break, then he just keeps talking. He's just talking.
Anyway.
But see, Zeke breathes while he's talking because he's in shape, but he's nasal.
Okay.
Hoffman's doing a fine job.
7 yards of carriage.
Hoffman's a really good hat-on-hat guy.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
He's a really good hat-on-hat guy.
That's fair.
But BB move folks. But
Concussion. We didn't talk about him. Went out with a concussion.
Yeah, it sucks.
Because you just don't want. He's just young too. You just you don't want.
We don't want to start that.
No.
But BB probably banging his head into people because he's like I know
Isn't
centers that they've been doing it. That do that. Go ahead.
Is he not
A crown guy?
No,
No,
he's not a guardian guy.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Somebody for the Bengals was.
I love it.
Now we can go after we read the Super Bowl.
Bye,
Now we're
y'all.
gonna go.
We're late.
No one can
Bye,
stop
y'all.
us.
I'm about to put this one.
Remember that you have no idea what anyone's going.
Be
through,
nice,
so
people,
be
y'all.
cool
I'm
with
gone.
everybody. Beware of the peasky weeskies. They're out there. We'll see you tomorrow, or else. That's not a threat.
We all silly like the mayor.